These interviews are in partnership with BTCC Blueprints. Go check them out. They sell all sorts of brilliant merchandise, from t-shirts to posters and much more. You can visit their website using the link in the description below. Welcome Ty and Chris Cuthbert, racing fans and stars of the go-karting scene. How are you both doing?
Good, thank you.
Awesome.
Good.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Obviously, lockdown, strange times, but looking forward to racing, getting back. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
So when did you guys both get into motorsport? When did you get into racing?
Well, I was a big fan of F1 and British touring cars since I was a little kid. So it was kind of like my motorsport passion. Every Sunday when F1 was on, I always used to sit down on the settee and just watch F1. I always used to pretend to be like a commentator. I always used to say, going to 5 red lights, it's lights out and away we go. It just felt really good, and that's how I got into motorsport, really.
Yeah, Chris, what about you? I presume you've been a fan for a while.
Yeah, I've been a motorsport fan for years and years and years, and it doesn't matter whether it's British superbikes, whether it's trucks,
Trucks
cars, classic cars, Goodwood, anything with an engine. Honestly, complete petrol head, 100%. Just love motorsport. But taking him when he was really young, even in your pushchair. But you get the smell, you get the atmosphere, you get the fans, and it's kind of developed from there, I think, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember me at that time, but I remember a few years ago when I went on my first karting trip.
Yeah, obviously, have you guys got a favourite series to follow?
My favourite is British touring cars. It's got loads of competitive drivers. They're all friendly. They're all good, nice together, and it's a nice atmosphere because yes, it's in the UK, but it's like you have different series involved. Then, like with F1, you only have F2, F3. You don't have minis and Ginettas. That's with British touring cars, and that's what makes it really good.
Yeah, you get a bit of everything. Great drivers, great cars as well. But you see on the road, and we've got the best circuits in the UK, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Knockhill.
Yeah, Knockhills is definitely on the bucket list. I've got to go at some point. So obviously, when did you start karting?
So on my 8th birthday, my dad took me karting at my local team sport track at Sheffield. And I came off my first session and he said, "Did you enjoy it?" And I said, "I loved it. I absolutely loved it." And he said, "Well, there's another session." And I'm like, Great. I was just so excited. I was like, when am I on? So I went on and my dad said, "Did you enjoy today?" And I said, "I loved it. Best Christmas birthday present ever." So I asked him if we could go the next weekend, and he said, it's a bit expensive, but I'll try my best to do it. And that's how I basically got into karting and proper motorsport. Went from there, didn't it?
Yeah, it's so something great about karting. What's your favourite part of go-karting? There's so many great parts of it, but
I think it's the friendship in it. Your rivals on track, but off track, it's just an amazing community. I mean, I've made so many friends off Super One, off 4 little rounds, and it's just the community's good. It's friendly. I mean, if someone had an issue, people try and help you, wouldn't they?
Yeah, many a time we sat in the grid and engine wouldn't start, and all the dads and teammates.
Oh, that was frustrating when the cart wouldn't start up. Clear Pigeon was quite embarrassing when I had the off button on. I was going, "Come on, why isn't it starting?" I even looked before the race to see if the red button was off, and it was. So my eyes must have done something. Pressed it down, and I'm like, "Oh no, please engine, don't give up on me." Half a lap down and I just do amazing. So yeah, just incredible.
Yeah, and it's the best way to start racing. Definitely, it's pure, and the racing is always close.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Clay Pigeon 2019, it was like 2,000ths.
to the second, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Really,
just
yeah.
thing. So Nathan Hassan and Taylor Orange, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Drag race to the line, who's got the best exit.
And obviously, in Super One, what other karts like to drive?
Pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah. The mini rock was quite a beast. But I think after fullback, I kind of got my understanding of a rock. Went to Rowra. First session out, obviously, typical Cumbria weather, banging it down with rain. So I'm out, and I did surprisingly well because I thought I'd have a lot of moments, but I had not one moment. And the final corner, there's like this massive stand.
Yeah.
I saw all the people, and I was like, no pressure. Don't wheel spin out the final corner. So I was like, "Ugh," and I had a bit of a slide out of the final corner, and I was like, thank God I've been doing indoor karting on brand new tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, you've got some great sponsors: Build Base, Zemp Helmets. What advice would you both give to getting sponsorship, and how is it so important when you want to go racing?
I think that's a bit of a both, isn't it? I think I'll answer the racing one. I think with sponsors, it depends. If they want you to be up front, then that's their decision. But we got sponsors and we were bigging them out. You know, we were going to BTCC events saying, put my suit on, people are looking, and you're like, Bill Bates and, you know, the rest of my sponsors. And that's how really I think is the best way to promote them. Obviously, social media too. My dad spends ages on it, and I'm thankful for him. Absolutely thankful for him. And yeah, it's just getting their name out, their name out there, your name out there. You know, just promoting the brand. It's if someone says if you get sponsored and you don't do anything about it, it's kind of like a okay. What's the point in this? Because you know, from day one, I don't think they asked for any promotion, did they? We just decided
Yeah.
to do it for, you know, just to make them feel nice. And so you go Bobby.uk, wearing his hat, very comfortable.
I think the key thing is with any kind of sponsorship, you know, it's absolutely incredible to get it in the first place.
Yeah.
But you know, you've got to be a brand ambassador, like Creasy said to us at Silverstone, didn't
Yeah.
he said, you know, you're doing the right thing. You know, you're out there. You're there. You're in your suit. You've got all your sponsors out there.
People can see it on there.
Yeah, and you know, you've got to give back. And there's, you know, if a sponsor came along and said, right, I want to see you, you know, 10 times on the podium this year or something, you know, I would just say no, that's pressure. You know, it's about being fun. You know, 11-year-old, you've got to have fun.
I mean, I do go out there and give it my full potential. It's just that
of course,
understanding of a kart because I didn't have it for that long. And obviously, I did 4-stroke for about a year or two. So going from that 4-stroke to a 2-stroke, it was kind of like a understanding of the brake, how to get the throttle on, you know, late braking. And I think if that happened, if a sponsor came along and said, we want you on the podium 10 times, and my dad said, I would just said an automatic no, because that's, as he said it, that's pressure.
Yeah.
And obviously, for me, a novice, a rookie, it's kind of a thing where you need to gradually learn. It's not a thing where you go out your first day and you're on the podium. I mean, yes, if you're good, I'm not calling myself bad, but, you know, if you're like good, you've done it on your simulator, if you've had a mod or, you know, then that's understandable. But, you know, I just go out there, give it my full potential and have fun. That's why I take motorsport as.
But it's giving it back, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, all this, you know, we support charities. There's no money involved at all. You know, we promote lots of different groups and charities and
Stroke Association.
yeah, CPRS, and there's lots of things, and you don't expect anything back. It's not about that. You've got to give and take, and I think it's just about mutual respect. Yes, there's financial sponsors, and we couldn't do karting without that support. But there's others, BTCC chat, the hard compound. There's no finance in there, but we help each other. At the end of the day, it's motorsport, isn't it? We all scratch each other's backs, and like yourself, I mean, this is brilliant tonight. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. It's what motorsport is about, and obviously there's lots of money involved. It's an expensive sport, but that's what's so great about it. Everyone helping each other out, especially in like difficult times we're in now. Everyone's happy to go racing. I think even more now. Whatever we're up to.
Yeah, 100%. We all want to be out there, don't we? We watch BTCC all this year.
That's going to be fun.
Albeit on, last year, sorry. Albeit on, 9 hours. But, we follow all the different series and, Harry King and Porsche.
I think for the junior support series class, I think the most competitive was Porsche Super Cup between Josh Webster and Harry King and the Mini Challenge. I mean, my days was the Mini Challenge.
The Mini
It's
Challenge.
just that. It's like karting.
I was worried because the Clios had been on the Toka support package for years, and I think everyone loved the Clios. I mean, 2019 the grids were quite small, but the racing was still brilliant. And then the Minis came in, and I'd seen them at like British GT meetings at Snetterton or whatever. But they were brilliant, and they were definitely lived up to expectation.
Oh, 100%. I remember watching Max at
what's his name? The person who won it 2019. I can't think of his name now. But it's just a shame that it's gone over. It's still here, but it's just in Europe, and it's just a shame because I think if I was to go through that support series, it would be Clio's and then maybe BTCC, but things will change. I hope they do bring it back, but I can't tell someone to bring something back.
I think there'll be minis for a while, won't it?
Yeah, definitely. So, out of the circuits you've raced at, have you got a favourite?
Karting or
karting for now.
I've got a few here. So outdoor, it's got to be PFI and
Good choice.
Valra.
Yeah.
And GYG, that was an amazing track. Indoor, it's gonna be Preston because that's 3-4s.
Yeah.
And Newcastle, that's a good track. I haven't been to Watford, so I can't really think on that one, but it looks like a good track. I think that's it. I know there's loads and loads. Oh, Warrington too. That's a good track.
Yeah.
Popped in my mind there.
So obviously, you were telling me earlier how you started go-karting, how you got into it. Did you ever think you'd get to this position?
No, I thought I would just be that weekend or maybe a few weekends, and then just watching TV and watching F1, BTCC. I didn't think that at the age of 11 I'd have this many supporters and be going into winning a championship 6 months in my own kart, which Sam Stoner's got, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's doing well in that, Miami. So yeah, just incredible.
And what's the end goal for you? What do you want to get to?
British touring cars. That's my aim. It was F1, but then I realised that it's only 20 drivers and British touring cars is like 32. More competitive, and the drivers spend time. With F1, it's kind of like they're in the team. They're not really social. So that's why I want to be in, because I like being social. I like being out there saying hi to people. At the Autosport in 2020, before COVID hit us, someone came up to me and said, "Oh, Ty, can I have an autograph?" And I'm like, "I've got a supporter. I'm finally going to give him an autograph." And I'm like, "Sure." I had a picture. We were having a chat for like 15 minutes, weren't we?
Okay, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've met Billy Monger. I was having a good chat with him. Probably like 15 minutes, wasn't he?
Mm.
Good friend of mine.
Who did you interview?
Did I interview?
Lando, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Lando. Oh, that I was shaking. My dad said, "Do you want to ask him a question?" I said, "No." Then another kid, that kid, just gave me a bit of confidence, and I was like, "Dad, pick me up." And I was like, I was literally in the air, and this guy said, "We'll come to you." He's desperate. Because I said to Lando, I was like literally shaking. I was like, "Hi Lando, I'm your biggest fan. What advice would you give to me moving up into single seaters and onwards? Because I'm in karting." I'm like, "Oh, I just asked Lando Norris." Okay.
Yeah.
It took like a few minutes to sink in. I'm like, I've interviewed an F1 driver. I got his autograph, and I got Charles Leclerc autograph too.
Yeah,
So
very cool.
incredible.
Yeah, and that's what's obviously you were saying about British touring cars. Everyone gets involved with it, and I think that's the best thing. COVID aside and 2020 aside, we're at the tracks, we're doing the pit lane walks, and we're getting close to the cars. It's
Was
brilliant.
so amazing.
It's good.
Such a family-orientated
Especially when
series, isn't it? You can go around the paddocks, you meet the drivers, you meet the teams.
Especially when Louise is on the grid and me just saying hi. Love it when it Brands 2019. I said hi, and she went, "Hi Ty." No, she went, "Hi there," and I'm like, I'm on TV, and I was just like this. And at Silverstone 2019, the camera, and I was like this.
Yeah,
That was kind of funny.
That's what's great about British touring cars, and the majority of my family follow it. We've all got a driver we support. Do you both support someone, or do you support different people?
I have a few people who I support, but my main one is Michael Crease, the legend. Absolutely amazing.
Chris,
He's not up there, but he's still a good driver. He won Jax's two seasons in. He's out there like me.
Yeah.
He spends time too with people, doesn't he?
He does. I think for me, probably AJ, got a lot of time for AJ. And yeah, very much a lot of time for Creasy.
Yeah.
He's been a great support. He gives us some Ash Sutton, absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
What a driver this season.
Yeah, last season he was absolutely brilliant, and it was such a great fight again. Turkington, Camish, obviously Ingram in there, Rory Butcher, without some bad luck, would have been right up there as well. But Ash Sutton, it was brilliant.
Yeah, and the fact that he came straight out of touring cars and went over to Europe and smashed it over in Europe in a go-kart.
Yeah.
Ash.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
He's such a great driver. He's one of the best drivers to just watch an onboard lap with, and he's always pushing. He's always giving it 100%. So yeah, British touring cars is absolutely brilliant. And obviously you're obviously a big Sergio Perez fan.
Oh yes.
Well, it must have been cool when he commented on your tweet. That must have been very cool.
It was like him when he won at Sakar. It was like, is this real? I've been dreaming for this moment. Is it real now? Dad went, Ty, is this real? So I said, what's happened? He said, he gave me the phone, and I was like, okay. It was like really early in the morning, wasn't it? Like 7 o'clock or something. It's like, oh. And then I saw something like, it said Checo Perez. I saw, what? So I moved it close, and I'm like, is that Sergio Perez? And he said, yep. And he said, look what he put. And I'm like, I literally almost dropped the phone. I was that astonished. I was like, oh my days. And F1 drivers replied.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Got something like 1.4 million impressions or something.
That is incredible. And yeah, F1 was admittedly, you know, the title fight wasn't great, but we had some brilliant individual races. You know, Perez obviously getting his win, obviously Gasly getting that incredible one-off win at Monza, and yeah, we had some great racing.
Oh, it was.
Ricciardo getting them podiums, doing his shoey.
Yeah. Well, he forgot it the first time, so yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, obviously we've got lots to look forward to. Obviously, with this season of racing, which is we're not too far away. Obviously, you must have been really happy with Sergio Perez, obviously signing for Red Bull.
Oh yeah. I was kind of expecting it and not expecting it to come around because, you know, Red Bull said last year, I think it was after Mugello, they would give him like a few races to decide. And that's when Albon kind of started pushing. But if you look at the stats, Perez wasn't doing that well before they said Vettel's taking a seat with Aston Martin. And once that happened, I think his brain switched on and said, I want a seat. So that's when it was kind of like this, and then it just kind of went upwards. And it was bad luck in Abu Dhabi. I think starting from last, he probably would have got a podium or even fourth. The way it was going, he was on for a podium. Definitely top 5. But I'm just glad he's got a seat for next year. He said his options were out there for 2022, but I think it's given him a chance that he can prove to a higher team that he's worthy. I mean, when he went to McLaren in 2013, it wasn't the best of seasons for him.
No, but obviously the car wasn't brilliant that year. Obviously, it's difficult as a McLaren fan to say because, you know, Jenson Button struggled that year, and obviously he was so young. To chuck him in my opinion, one of the best Formula One teams of all time, it was always going to be difficult. So he's definitely matured this past year and shown he's a front runner.
Yeah. Especially with what Racing Point have made the car into an absolute beast, which is incredible. I think that's giving Checo the extra boost to go further.
Yeah, and I think obviously coming into Aston Martin, their pace will just get better and better, and they'll be up there once again next season.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Lance Stroll, Sebastian Vettel, that should be a good lineup. 4-time world champion versus a one pole sitter.
Exactly.
Pole sitter. So the odds are pretty even between them two.
Yeah. And obviously a quick look at the touring car season. Any early predictions? Obviously, you know, Sutton will be up there fighting again. Turkington, obviously.
Yeah, I think Creasy will be on for another Jack Sears. He's shown that he's got the pace in 2020. 2021, I don't know what team he's going with, but hopefully it's with BTC Racing, because you can see there, great team. But I hope that deal does come through if he does get it, and if he does get a seat, which I'm pretty sure he will. He'll definitely be on for the Jack Sears, because he's an absolutely amazing driver. He's that person who likes winning, but he doesn't go out there to win. He goes out there to have fun, doesn't he? And give it his full potential. So yeah, I think Creasy will be on for the Jack Sears. I think it'll be a battle between Butcher, Ingram, Camish, Turkington, and Sutton.
Yeah, and we've still got lots to find out with different people going different places, and it's going to be another great season. I think I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about BTCC, though.
You never know what's going to happen.
You don't.
With F1, you kind of do it. It's kind of going to be like a
Mercedes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Abu Dhabi kind of shocked us with the staffing.
Yeah, but yeah, I think all the teams are moving forward. You know, there's There's everyone's bringing new cars in, driver lineup changes. It's going to be a very competitive year, and
Yeah.
I think everyone will be pushing for podiums, wins, whatever. So yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's good to see it get mixed up every year as well. You know, with the team hard announcements and Sean Aldenby's, you know, takeover, and
Yeah, that was very
it's
interesting.
going to be, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all.
I
That's,
didn't-
that's but
totally out
yeah,
of the blue, isn't it?
yeah. well, thank you both very much for coming on and getting involved. It's been great to chat with you both and get an insight into your karting and just have a great chat just about racing, which is why I do this really. So yeah,
It's been an honour.
yeah,
It
Yeah.
really has. Certainly has. You know, we see you all the time on social media. You are Mr. BTCC. Seriously are. And no, it's been an honour. Really
Yeah.
has been an honour. Thank
yeah.
you.
Well, no worries. All right. Well, I'll see you soon. Whether it's obviously, I'll see you on your various different videos on social media, and obviously, hopefully, see you at a touring car track soon.
Yep.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right, then. I'll see you both soon.
All right.
Okay.
Take care,
Thank
mate.
you.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
lads.